YouTube. I hope you're all having a great day out there today. This is a review video of several Galloway Precision upgrade components for the Ruger LCP Max. We'll be reviewing 4 specific items here. One is the enhanced takedown pin. The second is the stainless steel guide ride. The third is the 13-pound outer recoil spring. And the fourth is their brand new plus 20% strength magazine release button. I've been carrying LCP Max for just about exactly 1 year now. We got to fly, go away, fly. No one wants to see you. And I love it. It's a great everyday carry piece, but you know, in order to keep the price down, Ruger did, I'm going to say, cut some corners. To me, the first, biggest, most glaring flaw of this pistol is the magazine release, which is reversible. But instead of using a coil spring, they used a very peculiar flat spring arrangement, which you probably cannot see in there. But you can go right online and see what it looks like. But it's basically just a flat spring and a wire, just like, looks like a straight wire. Well, that wire is, in my opinion, just significantly too weak to keep the magazine securely attached in the firearm, fixed in the firearm. So what happens is it's reversible, and I'm left-handed, so I reversed it so it ejects with my left hand thumb. Well, with the pistol fully loaded with 13 rounds with the extended magazine in it, assembled, of course, if I drop it on a table or something, it would pop the magazine all the time. And other people have posted videos where they were firing the gun, and from the recoil of the gun firing, it was overcoming that weak magazine spring and popping the magazine on them while they were shooting. This was particularly prevalent. Discreet Defense Research did a video where he was resting the magazine base on a hood of a car or a table, it was, and it was causing the magazine spring to release. So the number one biggest flaw of these firearms, in my opinion, by far, was that weak magazine spring. So I replaced that, and now let me pause this and I will demonstrate that you can drop it on the mag button and it won't release. One moment. Okay, so here we have the firearms fully reassembled. I can't show you that process or YouTube will nuke the video. They don't allow you to disassemble or assemble guns on YouTube, and that's their prerogative. But before, if I just dropped it a little bit, it would pop the magazine out. But now, as you could see, I could drop it on a hard surface and that magazine is not popping out. Before, if I did that, it would pop the magazine out like this. So that's obviously problematic. And my gun never really had the problem where it was ejecting the magazine while I was firing. You know, that's never been an issue for me. Other people have had that problem, but I was having a problem where I would get in the shower and, you know, I carry the gun all the time, so I would undress, I'd put my pistol down on the toilet seat and it would pop the mag out. Or at the end of the day, I would get undressed and I'd put it down on my end table and it would pop the magazine out. And, you know, that's very problematic, and that is definitely a suboptimal condition. So this spring, which as far as I know, I'm the person who originally contacted Galloway to begin with to get them to make this spring, and they did provide me this spring for free. So I'm not getting paid for this, but they did give me the spring for free. So I want to put that out there. But I am thrilled with this. That makes all the difference in the world. Moving on next, we have the heavy-duty takedown pin. I like the Fire Plus P ammunition. I think standard pressure 380 is a marginal defense caliber. But with Plus P ammunition, I use Underwood 90 grain XDP. With Plus P ammunition, it's actually slightly more powerful than 9mm Makarov and a little less powerful than like entry-level 9mm Parabellum. So it gives it a good bit of extra oomph. I've chronoed this round that I just described at 1,030 feet per second and 215 foot-pounds of energy from this pistol. I'll put a link to in the description to the chrono video. So the Plus P gives it a good bit of extra punch. Well, when I originally got this, there's a really pretty nice stainless steel pin kit that they sell on eBay. So I put that in. Well, it's not heat treated stainless. So firing it, it was actually bending the stainless steel takedown pin from the Plus P. So I was like, okay, this is not going to do. So I went and I found this extra strength takedown pin. This is heat treated carbon steel, super high strength. And I fired probably a couple hundred rounds of Plus P through this gun since I put this in. And it is still straight as an arrow. It's not deformed in any way. It's much stronger. Which leads us to the next thing. If you are going to fire Plus P in your gun, and Ruger does not recommend it, so if you do it, it's on you. I'm not recommending it to you. It's just what I do. But if you are, I highly recommend a 13-pound recoil spring from Galloway. It slows down the slide velocity. You know, keeps the gun from beating itself up too much. And when combined with the high-strength takedown pin, I think those are necessary upgrades if you're going to fire Plus P. But again, that's entirely up to you. I'm not recommending you do it. I'm not saying you should do it or you shouldn't do it. In my experience, I fired hundreds of rounds of it. It's perfectly safe. In my opinion, that's not legal advice. I've been shooting LCPs since they first came out. I've shot Plus P in all of them with the upgraded takedown pin and the 13-pound recoil spring, and I've had 4 different LCPs, and I've never had a problem with the Plus P. But I would not recommend it with the stock internals. Moving on, a nice next feature with this is with the 13-pound recoil spring, if you're doing press checks, it lets the slide slap right back into place. I have noticed with the 9-pound recoil spring, especially if it's not freshly lubricated, when you do a press check, when you let it go, it'll stop like this. And if you don't notice that, that could be a problem. So with the 13-pound spring, it'll snap right back into position. So that's a nice extra feature. Now, a lot of people will claim it reduces recoil because it slows down the slide velocity and especially the rearward push. And, you know, going by physics, I could certainly see why that would happen. He runs the channel Guns and Cars, which is a great channel, and he's reviewed most of these components as well. When he put the 13-pound recoil spring in for him, he said he noticed a very distinct reduction in recoil. So, you know, just going by physics, it should reduce the recoil. And, you know, if the gun is dirty, you're going to get a bit extra forward slide momentum. So to help it to go into battery, even if it's a bit dirty or it's lacking in lubrication. So it's a good all-around upgrade, in my opinion. And if you're going to fire Plus P, like I said, to me, it's a must. The last upgrade that we showed disassembled was the stainless steel guide rod. And I don't know if that's necessary or not, but, you know, I was on the website ordering all the other parts, and I was like, I see no reason not to get that. It's inexpensive, so I got it just for the heck of it because, you know, it's a good, strong, high-quality Galloway Precision part. The biggest upgrade in the pistol, which is what we're saving for last, is the Sigurd short-stroke trigger. Let me unload the pistol here. Okay, we're clear. So this pistol, this trigger, is really short. It's got the Glock style trigger dingus, but it's got a nice short take up. Let me show it from this side to see it better. Got a nice short take up. Now they sell a spring kit, but I did not get the spring kit. I wanted the stock pull weight. You know, I don't want any negligent discharges. So I wanted the stock pull weight, which is around 5.5 pounds, if I recall correctly from the manual. But this is a lot less take up, and let me show you the reset here. It has a nice short reset. So I've done a separate review just on the trigger. If you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description. But I think this Sigurd trigger is a really nice upgrade for this gun. So altogether, taken as a package, yeah, I think it really upgrades the pistol, takes it to the next level. I mean, this is my everyday carry piece. 13 rounds of 380 plus P. It's got excellent factory night sights. It's got a fantastic trigger pull now. It's got really good, strong, upgraded internals now. So I absolutely do not feel underarmed with this. I used to be a private investigator and a repossessor, and I worked in some of the worst neighborhoods in America, and I would not hesitate for a second to trust my life to this in any hood or ghetto in America. I mean, this is a good... I have videos shooting this at 20 yards accurately. I mean, this is an excellent pistol, especially once you put the Galloway Precision upgrade parts in. So, okay, well, that's my review of these parts. The only other part of theirs that I really am intrigued by is they sell a red dot plate for that. So I'm going to see about acquiring one of them. Maybe I have a few extra red dots laying around. Give that a try. But, yeah, I highly recommend all these parts, especially, you know, if you're only going to spring for one part, I would get the recoil spring. But when you take the 4 parts that I laid out and combine it together as one package, boy, it really transforms this pistol to the next level. And the parts altogether, I believe, are under $100. So, you know, not a lot of money, and it really takes the pistol to the next level. So, highly recommended. I really appreciate you guys watching the video, taking the time out of your busy days and schedules. I hope you found it informative and useful, and Freedom by Me out.